Welcome to Memorial Stadium and the sea of red in the heartland of Lincoln, Nebraska. An uncommon place and home to an uncommon program with a championship pedigree. A Big Ten showdown is coming. Conference implications aplenty that could resonate for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Oregon Ducks taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Will kick it away to start us off. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. He was looking for the big return there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 28. So the Oregon Ducks offense takes the field. And as we look out on the field, here comes the man who makes it all go, and that's this quarterback.
And he's big time. That's why he's up for all these awards. He's known. Everybody knows exactly what he brings to the table. He can run it. He can throw it. They're expecting a big day from this young fella.
Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line. These guys have taken some serious lumps in Big Ten play, and I want to see if they've become demoralized.
Yeah, I think you're going to find out a lot about their mental toughness here in this game, because at the start of the season, they were hoping to compete in Big Ten play. They've had some bounces not go their way. They've had some guys get injured. And now is the time in this game right here that you can turn it around by getting a win.
And it's hard. Obviously, such a difficult conference. The Big Ten, you got to bring your A game so many times or else you do get beat. You've had some setbacks. Now, how are we going to finish? We've talked about this season. We've talked about what we want to do, and we might not be living up to expectations, but we can control finishing strong.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, that is one the tight end is going to want to have back. He was wide open on that play. That's one he's got to make. He's got to be able to make that catch.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first 3rd down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you could regroup, because this environment is hostile.
Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The Cornhuskers offense has the ball for the first time. One thing to watch, can this guy get in the quarterback's head and make him take a peek at the rush, David?
Dang, Skippy, that's what you want to do. You want to make this guy a little bit more human and not as much of a game breaker at the quarterback spot. Get some pressure on it. Hit him a few times.
He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he can't hurt you if he's laying on his back. And this defensive end can put him there often.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, this is a defense that prides themselves on stopping the run, and that is a huge statement on their opponent's opening drive of the game. 3rd and short, they don't just get a stop. they get a tackle for loss. That sends a very clear message that they're going to be the more physical side today.
They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
The play action fake. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Makes the catch. It's Beal. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. He was not going to be denied, discarding tacklers, running behind his pads, and finally down at the 40.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Sticks it in his belly. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. That last completion has him set up 2nd and short. Here's the handoff. Breaks the tackle. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
And on that run, he shows you his speed, speed, speed. When I think Oregon Duck running backs, LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, Jonathan Stewart, I think about guys that are burners, and when they got into the second level, they were gone. That's exactly what this guy is right here.
Tackled at the 31. They'll give him 6 on the play.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good gain for this offense.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. They go to the ground. Down to the 26-yard line where the tackle is made. Pickup of 5 and a first down. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And as an offense, you've got such a special talent playing QB. You've got to do a better job protecting him. If you can let this guy set his feet, he can light this defense up.
They'll give him a couple. That leaves him with 3rd and 8.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal try. He makes a catch. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Wants to go up top. A little release to the back. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon! A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his own 20. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Now on second down after the incompletion. Going to the running game. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, third and long coming up. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Dropping back, it's Raiola. And this senior quarterback knows he had a chance that time and just put a little too much on it. And the Huskers will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Looking for a block. It's Armstrong. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, David. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They're working that left side. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. New set of downs after that completion. They'll throw it on first down. Steps away to find some room. Looking for his man in the middle. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Floats it out in space. Hey, that's a live ball. And he coughed it up, and good thing he got it back himself.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Trying to get to it. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain.
Yeah, and the QB decided to take it himself. He got a little bit of pressure, you could see, and decided to take off, scramble, and couldn't get the first down. And now it's fourth down decision time. No matter where it is on the field or what the distance is, you know there's a chance. We still might go for it.
And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Once you get in this range in the football field, do you depend on your kicker? Do you go for it? I think on fourth down, I think you go for it. This is a long field goal, a lot harder attempt. I like the offense going for it here in this situation.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, the defense is fast. If you can hit that quarterback with his speed and force those incompletions, man, that is impressive.
After the misconnection, it's second down. The toss to the outside. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. They're trying to eat up some clock here. Ninth play of the drive. It's 3rd and 6. Off the play fake. Gets rid of it. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
What a disappointment. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the minute. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. You got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Scanning the field, it's Raiola. Going over the top. Picked off. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it in the tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Now the play fake. Now sliding to his left. Out of the backfield, he's open. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Pressure coming. Looking to scramble. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
They'll leave it with him. They could have used a little bit more there. Picked up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
QB's got to be able to play on so many different levels. They got to read coverages, know the snap count, know what everybody's doing, and then does a great job at the end making something out of nothing, making a positive play, picking up a new set of...
Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Ducks. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet,
right down the gut of the field. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Ball State opened up a can. And how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of the MAC should take notice. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
Small game, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Just gets rid of it before the heat. He just got rid of the football. Not sure what he was doing, and they're going to get him for grounding. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Defense getting a boost from this crowd on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Trying to burn this defensive back. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Ducks send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Slips through the line. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play. The wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. It's a draw. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Cornhuskers will try to pin them back with the punt. Making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football, it's always guys that can get the football, get downhill, get back in the line of scrimmage, run the next play really fast, but it always starts with the ground game.
Wants to throw on 1st down. He lofts one down the sideline. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And watching this offense the past couple weeks, man, everything's hard. And they got to find a way to get some easier routes, some quicker throws, some higher percentage things because they're just not hitting at a high clip, and they got to find a way to make things easier and alleviate some pressure off their quarterback.
Got his man downfield. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. And the Ducks have their offense in high gear. They'll try the right side. Got room at the 35. Oh, look out! He now has 91 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing.
I think one of the hardest places to move the football on the field is right outside that fringe area. Now the offense gets to skip that area because it was a great job by this running back making something happen, getting the ball all the way down the field, now set up on 1st and goal.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And they'll push that lead out a little further. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. From the gun, running back gets to give. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Back to throw, it's Raiola. Feeling some heat. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Still on his feet at the 45. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a very interesting first 2 quarters in Lincoln. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game. And with that, back to the Sea of Red and our guys at Memorial Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Ducks will kick it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Oregon! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on.
The give to the tailback. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
To the air, it's Raiola. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. Second interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Big fullback's got it. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Man, those little chunks keep annoying the crud out of you when you're on defense. It's just putting them in easy situations, chewing up 4 to 6 yards at a pop like that. Puts you in a bad situation as a defensive coordinator. What do I call? Either way, priority number 1, we got to stop the run.
Intentional ground.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
This is a 3rd and long. looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. That third down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
That is just a play you've got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
They'll run it from the gun. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. The Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers!
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the bread basket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Armstrong. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
They'll toss it to the left. At the 40, there he goes. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. The Ducks are marching down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. He chucks one out to the right. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
31, Nebraska, 14.
Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the 1st down. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50.
50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50
Used the play fake, now to throw. Got his man quickly. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. Holds it in. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. Defense in press coverage. Gets it out fast. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. To throw, it's Raiola. They're bringing heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
I know this defense feels like they missed some opportunities. Yeah, they had 2 sacks their last game out, but they feel like they left a bunch more out on the field, and they wanted to try to get to the quarterback in this game. That was finally the first time they registered a sack so far here. Curious to see how this pass rush looks the rest of the way.
And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. They'll try to start this final period by putting a 3 spot on the board. If you like old-school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. 1 more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They'll try to start this final period by putting a 3 spot on the board. He got it.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll throw it on 1st down. Quarterback adapting. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Hand off from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Got it behind the line. It's Stevenson. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. And the Ducks line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Yeah, and the QB never wants to miss inside on an out route, right? You got to throw it to the sidelines. Don't let anybody undercut that, go make a big play. And he did. He put it outside, put it on the money. I think the receiver needs to do a little better job. They got to secure that catch. He was open enough to make that play.
And the Huskers will line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
That's one the running back would like to have back. He's he's a good enough player, and he's a complete enough running back to be able to make that play. That's why they like throwing him angle routes like that right there.
Outside the pocket, let's go. Makes a connection. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Power football with the run. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. The give to the right. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. The pitch to the left. Powers through the defender. In his sophomore season, he's really learned to find that running room. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there. 3rd down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. He's looking downfield to throw. He'll pull it down and run.
Defensively on 3rd and long, you are dropping deep. You are making sure he gets at least to the sticks. They got a long way to go. Don't let him throw the football. Make him throw it underneath. And how about this quarterback? He does an unbelievable job scrambling around, now hitting the gas, picks up so many yards. Now he makes it a 4th down and manageable. So much easier.
From inside the 20, chance for great field position. Able to find enough room. Across the 25, he's brought down at the 26. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Looking to pass. It's Raiola. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Defense not showing press coverage. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got the back over the middle. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit him for a 1st down and much more. Really good execution by this offense. The Cornhuskers are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. The Huskers come to the line in the hurry-up.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
And now on second down for this offense.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
It's first down from the 11.
Cricket. Rolling.
Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Man, that's great defense. Break on the football. Make sure they don't get the touchdown, but those are the opportunities you have to just pull that in, make the big play, stop the bleeding. They had a long drive and really shift.
Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Leaves it with the running back. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Ducks getting set on 1st and 10. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Still running at the 40. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? They'll run the toss. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. Right back to the well. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. Tune in to the Ocho, 8th play of the drive coming up. Right back to the well. And a good solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Timeout is called with just a single second left. And after this play, the cake will be baked. They'll try the run. Puts him in the spin cycle. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. Well, how about this one? A fun one. These guys came in as underdogs, and they walk out as the winner.
They didn't care they were unranked. That's not what they were worried about. Oh, this team's ranked. They weren't looking at them any different. They were looking to come in and get the W and execute. Great job believing they could come, Jesse, and knock them off.
Yeah, you're right, David. This team came in with something to prove, and they knew they had a national audience that was going to be paying attention to this game. What a great job going out under the lights, big-time stage against a ranked opponent, and really putting their A game out there on the field.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.